So as promised, here's a flip through of my first 7 days of doing Inktober. And the first day was Gargoyle, and I knew I didn't want to do a traditional scary gothic creature, and I was thinking, well, the main purpose of a gargoyle is as a water spout to get water away from the building. So I was thinking, what other kind of animal would you expect to see liquid coming out of its mouth? And well, what can I say? I'm a cat owner. So this is my semi-cute, semi-gross gargoyle cat with the spout coming out through its mouth. Yeah, let's move on. And then we had Scurry, which I gave a little quick glimpse of at the end of my first video, and I still think this is going to be my favourite sketch for the month. I'm so happy with this little hedgehog. My first thought for Scurry was mouse, but then when I thought about, you know, what other animals would be scurrying around, hedgehogs have been my favourite animal since I was probably about 7 or 8 years old, so it was just the logical choice. And I was so happy when I found a reference photo of this particular one running along, 2 feet on the ground, 2 feet up in the air. Yeah, I just love this one so much. Really happy with my little hedgehog. And then bat, I just kept it quite literal, an actual bat, because on my holiday last month I found a dead bat in the fireplace where I was staying, and this is copied from the photo I took of the bat, and you can see, you know, this is my finger and thumb holding the dead bat, so this is actually larger than life size. I did use a Google photo for reference to do the detail of his face, because my photo was quite dark in the face, and also it was a dead bat, so you know, it didn't have cute little beady eyes, but still cute. So I'm quite happy with that one too. And then this one I think was a bit of a surprise for some people. Scallop, whichever way you want to pronounce it. Obviously I know that this is a sea creature, seafood, and most people have done some sort of design featuring a scallop shell. But as soon as I saw the word, I instantly knew I wanted to do a classic car with this scallop paint job. So this little hot rod, my sketch is a little bit squashed up. It was actually like a longer car than that in reality, but I'm still pretty happy with this one. It's been a long time since I've drawn a car, and then having done scallop, whichever way you say it, for this one, that just naturally led on to doing another classic car with the flames. I'm not so happy with this one. Like the car, it just sort of like looks a little bit twisted somehow, and my shading is not so good. But I really like how the two look together on the page as a pair. I'm quite happy with that overall. And then here we had Bouquet. This is a quick sketchy sketch of my wedding bouquet. I actually had silk flowers because I wanted to keep them, and then for years and years it was just in a box up in the loft, and probably, oh, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago I thought, what is the point of having them silk so that I could keep them, but then I never see them. So for the last few years these have actually been out on display in my bedroom, and I was worried about them getting dusty or faded, but I thought, well, they're not doing anybody any good in a box up in the loft, so even if they do get dusty and faded, at least I'll have the enjoyment of seeing them every day for a while. And I say they've been out for a few years and I'm still enjoying seeing them every day. So and then from there, today we had the theme of trip, And because yesterday I did my wedding bouquet, it seemed appropriate for Trip that I would do a picture from my honeymoon. And this is my late husband rowing on Grasmere Lake in the Lake District in the UK. Doesn't particularly look like him, but I do like the sketch, and I like that I've been able to do a pair of pictures with the wedding bouquet and a memory from our honeymoon. Although Trip was actually the word which I debated probably the longest for, about what I wanted to draw. Having just been on holiday last month, that was a key contender. And then I was thinking about my favourite place I've ever been, or maybe using Google Earth to sketch somewhere that I would really like to go. But I'm glad that in the end I decided to tie it in with the bouquet and do a picture from my honeymoon. So there we go, that's my first 7 days. As you can see, I've not cheated, I've not jumped ahead yet. And so far I've stuck with just using my fine liners, although I forgot to mention before that I was also using a pencil to do a very rough sketch just to get the positioning on the page. I've not done a great deal of detail with the pencil, it was just a very rough outline before then doing all the work in the pen. When I did the cars, I wished that I'd also given myself the option of colour, but that was largely because I found it hard to do the shading while also having it represent different colours. So I was tempted to bring out some colour for those, but I thought no, I've set myself the goal of doing it just with fine liners, so just work a bit harder on the shading. So yeah, there we go. I'm pretty happy with my first 7 days, and let's hope I can carry on till the end of the month, and I'll see you next week.